I want to write a program that simulates tossing of a coin 100 times. So to do that, we have to understand what probability means. Probability means um, number of desired outcome divided by total number of possible outcome. So this is what we are going to be doing. We are first of all going to be importing random, import random. We would want to plot the results. We are going to import matplotlib dot pyplots as plt. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to create a list, and we're going to name that list stored, or let's call it stored outcome. And stored outcome will be equals to, make it an empty list. Then we are going to write a for loop for I in range. A range, let's say 1 to 100. So 1 to 100. Then we are going to say outcome will be equals to so before we do that, we should just go back and let's put pass there. So what are the outcomes we want to see? Now, because we are simulating a coin, we have to put head, and we have to put tail, and we have to put tail there. It's the proper thing to do. So now let's create another list called storage. Now the purpose of this storage is to store the result for each iteration. Okay, to store the outcome of each iteration. So at the end of the day, we want to plot how many heads and how many tails are in the storage list. So let us continue. We have to remove that passive from there. I'm going to do outcome. Outcome is equals to, then you call your random dot sample. Then we are going to say storage outcome. Then we are, how many outcome do we want? Like 1. That is our desired outcome. So the next thing for us to do is to append the outcome to the storage. That's the next thing for us to do. Then we are going to print. We are going to print the results. We're going to print the result, and we're going to put it in f string. I'm going to put it as, and then we'll say like results, or let's say head is equals to storage.count head. Then we're going to go back and say and t is equals to storage.count t. So that's just it. So if you run it, you see that all right, we are getting something. We are getting an error somewhere. Okay, the error here is that we are initially appending a list to a list. That is why we are getting we are getting 0. So when we print, you see that everything inside there is a list, which is not supposed to be. So we are going to fix that, and the way we fix that, if you did slicing in list, you will know that you have to call the first item in that list, whatever it is. So once we do that, now we're able to Now we're able to get a very um, proper answer. So we're going to remove this. So now when we run our code now, you see that we are getting 5346, which is very close. But it would be nice to also be able to plot our results. And the way to do that is not difficult at all. So let's create another variable called categories. Then after we do that, okay, head and tail, then we come here and say our head is equals to this. You could just come copy this. It's not difficult. Just come copy this. You put it here. That's your head and tail is equals to that. So we'll come here and say that we want to use a bar chart for this categories. Then we'll say categories plt.bar, which stand for, okay, I want to plot this as a bar chart. Then we'll put your categories, then your head and tail variables. Then let's give it color. Let's say color is equals to red and green is preferable. Then we'll say plt title head and tail, which is okay. Then plt show, and when you run your program, this is what we get. So as you can see, it's quite easy to follow. It's very easy to follow. So let's run it again. So you see this time we have 4950. So let's run it maybe to the terminal. We'll see 50. You see that the numbers are usually very close. Okay, I believe we'll get 50. The numbers are just very close. On a norm, if you were to divide this, if you were to do the normal calculation, you should have gotten 0.5, which means that 50% of the time it will be either head or tail. But you see that because we are like running simulation, like trying to get a real life scenario, we see that it's not always so, but we see that the outcomes are very, very close. Sometimes they are far, sometimes they all deviate with one, so like that. So I don't know when we will ever get to let's say 50-50, but so we'll just end there. But I know that if you continue to run, you will get 50 50 at one point. So that's it. Thank you very much.